Hi there, welcome to another edition of Witchfinder's Gaming Vault, and in this video I'm going to be taking a look at Wheelies for the Commodore 64. Let's take a look at the fact file, and Wheelies was released in 1988 in the UK. It was published by the Micro Selection and it was developed by Call Coffee. The price I paid for the game was £3.17. I bought it in a bundle off eBay last year and that's what the price worked out at. And the current going rate, well, I took a look on eBay for completed listings and there was nothing, so I've got no idea how much this game's actually worth. Either it's really rare or no one cares about it. Let's take a look at the packaging for the game then, and it's a budget title, so it's a single cassette box. A pretty nice picture on the front cover, a cute wheelie character wheeling around with the word Wheelies above it in a nice colourful sort of font as well. There's some kind of stuff going on in the background. There's an arrow on the floor, there's some trees and things, and also like a mouth with lips and a tongue and teeth. So weird. So you can also see the Micro Selection logo in the bottom right. This is actually a Micro Selection Plus release. You can see the plus in the corner there, and it was a retail price of £2.99. The spine is very colourful. It's got this weird kind of almost leopard print background on it, which was on the front as well. Just has the logo for the game on it and the branding for the company. And then on the back we've got a couple of screenshots. You can see the Wheelies wheeling around there. I'm not sure what kind of game this is exactly. We'll find out soon enough when I load it up. And then you've got the text again on this weird sort of animal print background, which I can just barely read. It's awful, isn't it? So it says Wheelies, the characters Eugene and Taurus or Tarkus, deceptively cute freewheeling droids. I can't be arsed to read that. Look at the state of that. That's just awful. Whoever designed this packaging needs would have needed a talking to back then. You certainly wouldn't get away with it now. So let's take a look inside instead, and hopefully it's more legible in there. Before taking a look at the instructions, let's take a look at the tape. As you can see, it's got a printed sticker stuck onto a black cassette just on the one side. It's got the logo for the game, the branding for the company, the name of the system is for, pretty standard stuff. It's got that weird animal print sort of background on it again, but it's easy to read the stuff on top of it, so nice enough. Let's move on to the instructions, which thankfully are just black text printed on a plain white background. Nothing on the inside of the inlay, so it's all just on this one page. So let's take a look at it now. I can actually read something. It says Wheelies is a 1 or 2 player game with the option of head-to-head play or one player after the other. Depending on which joystick port you're using, you take on the role of either Tarkus or Eugene, both cute friendly little wheelies. To start, press fire on the title screen, then select one of the 7 sectors represented by a row of wheelies by moving the bracket cursor over the desired one and pressing fire. You've got the control information, and then it says in each sector you must rescue your fellow wheelies and get out through the exit, whilst being attacked from all sides by the various bizarre inhabitants of this strange landscape. On successful completion of a sector, you return to the sector selection screen where you can choose the next one. So your wheelie does not have lives but survives by continually topping up a life bottle shown at the bottom of the screen by collecting the mushrooms that are scattered around the sectors. Also, at certain places there are red life bottles to be found that will completely refill your life bottle. It runs out slowly all the time and is used up even more when you're hit by the enemies. A second player can join in the action at any time by pressing fire on the other joystick. During a head-to-head game, Tarkus and Eugene take on specific roles. Tarkus has the rather unhealthy task of collecting mushrooms, life bottles and stranded wheelies without gaining any extra life himself. By this act of supreme self-sacrifice, Eugene gets all the extra life so that he can carry on and hopefully complete the game a hero. Sounds a bit of a strange combination of things, but I'm not going to experience that because I'll just be playing it on my own. It also says with 2 players, a one after the other game is started simply by whoever presses fire first on the sector screen, and the head-to-head game will commence if the second player presses fire during a single bout. So that does sound interesting, but I'm probably not really going to experience it in that way. So there you go, that's the instructions. Sounds like a fairly interesting game. I think possibly a run and gun style game by the sounds of it. Let's load it up and find out. Here we have the loading screen for the game, and it's okay, I suppose. I mean, there's a very neatly drawn circle in the middle there for the wheelie character. There's a background of like a desert with mushrooms in, which is a bit of an odd combination. Those teeth again, chasing after the character, and a pretty nice logo done in a rainbow style, so it's not too bad. It looks like that was done by the author Call Coffee, because there's CC initials in the bottom right hand corner there, and it also says loading because the game is loading. Okay then, so the game has loaded. As you can see, here is the title screen. There's lots of colour here. You've got the Wheelies logo in a kind of rainbow colour scheme on it. You can see the credits there, written by Call Coffee in 1988. Already mentioned that prior to loading the game up. We've got the high score thing at the top there, and the score readouts for Tarkus and Eugene. And at the bottom there, we've got Tarkus and Eugene, one orange and one blue. As you can see, you've got the option of port 2 for Tarkus, which is what I've got plugged in at the moment, and port 1 for Eugene. You can use 2 joysticks for a head-to-head game. That's already been mentioned from the instructions as well. And you just press fire to start. And the only other thing to mention, obviously we've got some music. Not the best part of that music right now, but it's not the greatest music anyway, but it is music, so great. And also we've got these swirling heads of the wheelies swirling around in front of the screen in lots of different colours as well, which is a nice little effect as well. So that's about it for the presentation of the title screen. Let's press the fire button and see how the game plays, shall we? Okay, so before you start the game, you can choose a level. Each level has got a number of wheelies to rescue, so let's just start with the one on the left, which I presume is the easiest one. So another introductory screen here, wheelies to rescue 2, and here away we go. So it's a scrolling run and gun style game, I guess you would say. Quite slow scrolling, like push scrolling, so it's not automatically scrolling. And there's some enemies running around that you've got to destroy. Bouncing balls in this case. You can also pick up these toadstools. They top up your health, which is in a bottle or bottom left of the screen. Ooh, don't get hit by that. And it ran down very quickly. I noticed. Oh, this enemy is weird. It's like a weird red dog. Let's move on. Yeah, so I ran out of health really quickly. This game, I've played it a couple of times before starting the video, but it really makes me feel like it was somewhat made in shoot 'em up construction kit. It's just got that vibe about it. There's a few things that make me think that. One is the sound effects when these enemies are shooting. Just listen to these. That sounds like default shoot 'em up construction kit sound effects. Oh, and I'm dead. I've run out of health and I've been shot, and is like that's game over. Okay, so let's go again. Same level. You obviously have to move quite quickly through it because your health seems to drain all the time. So yeah, there's another thing that makes me think this is a shoot 'em up construction kit. Originally came from that game engine, and it's here. This enemy stopped dead and then fires upwards, and that was a trait of some of the enemies in shoot 'em up construction kit, where once you put them on a path, and this is another thing, they follow a very obvious path. You put them on a path and they'd stop, and then they just fire upwards. And also that enemy there made up of 3 sprites. Again, that's the sort of thing you could build in shoot 'em up construction kit. The graphics kind of look that way as well. I mean, you know, it could be its own game engine, but I just feel like I really do feel like it was made in shoot 'em up construction kit. Now, having said that, there are elements to it that you couldn't do in Siuk, as it was also known, and one of those is having pickups to up your health, and also having health. Those things weren't available in shoot 'em up construction kit. And I'm dead again. The same thing's got me there, hasn't it? And I've run out of energy again. This isn't going particularly well so far. Let's try again. I suppose I could just start on a different level. Maybe I'll do that if I die this time around. I would like to at least try and finish the first level though. The key is to get through it quickly, and you don't actually have to kill all the enemies to do that, so yeah, I'm just going to avoid those. Yeah, your health drains really quickly. I don't think you can kill that one there. So as I was saying, yeah, there's things you can do in this game that you couldn't do in Shoot 'em Up Construction Kit, and also certainly the bar across the bottom, which is inside the not usually usable screen area, I should add. Right, I got past that one this time. That contains the things when you pick up the wheelies that you've got to collect. It contains them. Oh god. Right, so if you haven't run out of health and you get hit, you've got another chance to continue. So I've got the 2 wheelies finally, and I get to the exit and move on to the next level. Another thing you wouldn't have got in Shoot 'em Up Construction Kit is these like intermission between level screens and the scrolling starfield in the background and things like that. You definitely wouldn't be getting those in Shoot 'em Up Construction Kit. So I've seen a few games like this, and there's actually like an enhanced version of Shoot 'em Up Construction Kit that you can use nowadays, although that wouldn't have been available back when this game was made, where basically people would make a game using Shoot 'em Up Construction Kit and then enhance it with you know, things like better title screens and extra things that you could do, like collecting collectibles and things like that. Another thing, there we go, got it. Another thing that's notable about this compared to a standard Sealed game is that there's less flicker and less slowdown on things that are moving around, and seemingly possibly more enemies on screen. But the enemies do have that look, and if you've played a few Shoot 'em Up Construction Kit games, or even made a few like I have, then you'll know they've got that look. They just, I don't know, there's just something about them. It just feels like a game that was made with that game engine. I could be wrong, but it very much looks that way. Let's just get to the exit and move on to the next level, because your health does get replenished when you complete a level. So let's move on to the third one, which I've now got to rescue 5 wheelies. The backgrounds, I haven't really talked about the graphics. I mean, if they were done in Sealed, then they're pretty good. The backgrounds are very garish in places and a bit repetitive and a bit sort of unimaginative. But the enemies are well drawn and animated. Again, the explosions on them, they just look like something you create in Sealed. And I'm going to shut up about it now because I've made my point very clear. And I don't know if I'll ever find out. Oh, that's not good news. I don't know if I'll ever find out whether it was made in that game engine. Is that game over? It is. See, no game over screen. Nothing saying game over on the screen, which again is another trait of Sealed, I would say. But anyway, I said I was going to stop harping on about it, so I will. So in terms of the gameplay, yeah, it's a pretty standard run and gun style game. You roam around the screen, shoot the enemies, pick up the wheelies, the number of wheelies that you need to pick up to complete the level. And we've now got evil wheelies, grey ones on the screen. So lots of reuse of the same sprite. Yeah, it's got a few issues, I would say. Those are those mouths that were on the instructions and the loading screen, by the way, with the teeth in them. But yeah, I would say a couple of issues are, as I said, the backgrounds are quite garish. Things like this, you've got a wheelie on a pink background that wasn't really very well thought out. The pushing where the scrolling pushes is quite far up the screen, and you'll often get enemies spawning just as you move up the screen. So that's a bit annoying. Again, I think that's a trait of Sealed. I guess I was going to stop mentioning it, but I'm pretty sure it is. That you could set where the screen would scroll at, but it wasn't very low down, so you would get this effect of being, you know, having to push the screen scrolling quite far up. But yeah, this is another, again, I'm still going on about it. Another trait of Sealed is that the enemies all kind of appear on the screen at the top as you're scrolling it up, generally speaking, and they follow a set pattern and then they disappear, or they get stuck in a particular spot. And again, that seems to be the case here. So I think I've made my case for why I think it was made in the Sealed game engine more than a few times, and more times than I said I was going to. So I'm going to stop doing that now. So yeah, in terms of the gameplay, it's pretty simplistic, isn't it? It was a $2.99 budget title. which I think I'd have been a bit disappointed to pay $2.99 for it. $1.99, I probably would have looked past some of the shortcomings of the game engine, but for $2.99, if I'd recognised it as being a sealed game or originating in that engine back in 1988, I think I'd have been a bit sad paying $2.99 for it. I don't think it's terrible. It's just a bit simplistic, isn't it? The levels aren't very long. They're not very well designed. There's just a lot of these like corridors that you have to walk down, and then as you can see, an enemy, you scroll the screen a little bit and an enemy comes along and walks down the screen and all that kind of stuff. So yeah, they're just it's not especially imaginative. I think the graphics for the character sprites are quite nicely done. They're nicely animated, and that would be another trait to see if it's a sealed game. If you're pushing left and right and you only had 2 frames of animation, that would sort of tell you as well. But in this case, there's not even 2. There's just the one look when it's on the side. So, oh, I do like this sound effect, by the way. It's a nice warbling sound effect. It's making a lot. I'm just going to go past those. Gonna have to turn around and go back to get this one. Don't know how many I've got to collect on this level. I'm going to get hit by something coming down the screen here, aren't I? I don't know how much further I've got to go, but yeah, I mean, it's a pretty simplistic game. It's not pushing the boundaries of the Commodore 64 especially, and I don't know, it's just, you know, a cutesy run and gun. I suppose it's a bit different. There's no... Yeah, I'm dead now, because there's been no mushrooms to pick up at all anywhere along this level to top up the health. So that's the end of that. So what I'll do is actually... Oh, I think you can press restore. Yeah, let's restore back to the menu. Let's just have a quick look at the other character. Just bear with me a second while I swap over the joystick. It's that time again where I say thank you to all my channel members, whose names you can see here in my Supporters Hall of Fame. If you're enjoying this video and would like to join these fine folks and support my efforts, why not become a member yourself? For a monthly fee starting from just 99p, you can get access to the special membership perks shown on screen, and more besides. If you're interested, then please click on the join button below this video for more information. Okay, so swapped over the joystick, and let's take a look at Eugene and see if he's actually any different to Tarkus. So let's start on this level over here, because I don't think we've looked at this one yet. 6 wheelies to rescue. Okay, so Tarkus, I feel like he might move a little bit faster. And has he got different bullets? I think the other one's bullets were just round one, so he seems to be able to fire a bit faster as well. Oh no, I have seen this level before. This is the one I just died on, I think. So yeah, playing 2 players simultaneously might make it a little bit more fun. It certainly gives it a sort of extra attraction as a budget title, I suppose. But all the same, it's not super exciting. Oh. So I'll just try and make my way through this level as quickly as I can. Time is clearly of the essence because your health runs down quite quickly. But the problem here is that there's nowhere to pick any more health up on this level. Oh, there's a couple there. I stand corrected. You can note that the health bottle, the blue health bottle, is actually this character's health, whereas the red one was the other one. And there you go, that's game over in almost exactly the same place as last time. Don't really feel the need to play that again. I think we get the gist of what kind of game it is. So yeah, as I said about 1,000 times in this video, I think that originated as a sealed game and then was enhanced with things like title screen music, this animated effect on the title screen, health bars and things like that. But in essence, it's still got that vibe of being made in shoot 'em up construction kit. So there we go, that's it for this one. Am I going to keep it? No chance. I don't see myself ever playing that again. It's a pretty simplistic run and gun game, and not much to it really. I don't know what happens if you complete all the however many levels there were, 7. Maybe something else happens and you get more levels, or you just play them all again. I'm not sure. I'm never going to find out. So that's it for this video. If you've got any thoughts about this game, if you agree with me about its origins, or you've got any other opinions, then please let me know in the video comments. All that remains then for this video is for me to spin the wheel of names and find out what game I'm going to be playing next time around. And in the next episode of Witchfinder's Gaming Vault, I'm going to be playing another Commodore 64 game, Yogi's Great Escape. So join me for that sometime in the near future. Stay tuned on this channel for more retro gaming content. Thanks very much for watching this video, and until the next time, see ya!